Hello, my beautiful angels, starseeds, and dreamers. Welcome back. My name is Violeta. This is a timeless tarot reading for you. Yes, you. If it resonates, take it. If it doesn't, leave it. All signs welcome. I had this dream about old programming. All of the technology in the dream was burning, dissolving, falling apart. All of it. Phones, laptops, iPads, everything. And someone was like trying to help you and just trying to salvage, that was the word, salvage anything that's left from the memory, from your documents, from your previous life, really. But I don't think you were stressed about those things. You were like, yeah, see if you can save the memory, but I have a feeling you didn't want it anymore. It's a new beginning where you don't necessarily need the old stuff anymore. You don't need to salvage anything because you're not going to need it in your new life. Your new life is so radically different than the old one that the old programming is just not going to work. The old memory files are just not going to work. Sure, it's good to remember things. Sure, it's good to have access to old things, but honestly, you don't even look at those anymore. You don't even look back anymore. It's like the past doesn't exist anymore. And I'm not saying you don't remember the lessons. Of course you remember the lessons, but I'm just saying it's not something you need anymore. It's not something that's going to be needed where you are now, where you're going. It's all gone, burned out, and the new programs, the new files, the new technology, the new gear is here, is coming. You don't need the old. Not really. You have some kind of shadows and it doesn't matter. It doesn't. You don't need to salvage anything. You're not going to need it. The Light Seer's Tarot. I feel this calm, settled energy. You're not rushing to start the reading, to continue the message, to get it out, and no. The Fool, a new beginning. You're completely ready for this new beginning. This was the whole point of the dream, is that you're no longer here, but you are here. Completely different energy. Well done. Well done. Ace of Cups in reverse. Two of Swords. Page of Cups. Do you know what this signifies? Look at this. Love to you was always linked to confusion. You were always blind in it, right? But you're forgetting the other side of love. I'm going to move the card so you can see. Look at this. Love in the middle and the two opposing energies on the sides. One is confused and blind and frustrated. The other one is peaceful and dreamy, and it believes in love again. you got a little bit turned upside down because of this, but you're gonna write yourself side up because of this. It's a process. It's a process of going from one energy to the other, and this has been the key, the Hermit. Isolating yourself, spending time with yourself, focusing on yourself has been vital to go back to the other energy. To remember that the other energy exists. To remember what love is about, not what it's not about. I'm seeing cells. I'm seeing cells next to each other and on top of one another. It's like everyone is in a cell looking at you and wanting to be outside of the cell. You're outside of your cell. You broke free, but everyone's just watching you. I'm getting chills. Everyone's just watching you from their cell and wanting to go out, get out. They're screaming, how did you do it? How did you, I want to get out. I want to get out. Sorry, that was intense. You're balancing the two energies currently. It's almost like you're in your own energy. You're stabilizing your energy, you're stabilizing your life, and you're just going with the flow and you're enjoying it finally. And the only distractions that you get is from the outside world of people who are watching you, talking about you, saying things about you, trying to ask you things, trying to figure you out. It's almost like this energy is bouncing off of you because you're not letting it in. Because why would you? It's not your energy, you know? It's not your responsibility to help anybody. I mean, you help as much as you can, obviously, but it's not your job, you know? It's their job to get themselves out. And you know this, which is why you can share all that you can, but you really can't hold anybody's hand through it. And that's what people don't understand, is that you can't give them a key. You can't give them a quick fix thing, because there is no such a thing. You went through a whole grueling process of months and years of development and growth and healing, and they're like, okay, you did it, give me a quick fix. There's no such thing. It doesn't exist. And they're getting angry because you're not doing what they want you to do, but it's not your job to fix them. It's not your job to free them. It's your job to just show them what's possible, if they so choose to go on the same journey. And the thing is, the last few readings, I keep feeling this outer energy more. This energy of other people more. It's like it's trying to, the more you free yourself, the more persistent it gets. It's like it wants to pull at you, to distract you, to understand you, to use, you know what I mean? It's like people drowning, reaching for the straw, reaching for anything that's, and maybe even drowning it in the process, you know, because they're trying to survive so bad. But they can't drown you because they can't grab you. You won't be grabbed. That's the difference between you now and you a few months, a few years ago. That's the difference now. You cannot be grabbed. If someone grabs you, you're like, okay, I'll spend a minute showing you what's possible, sharing my truth with you, see if it resonates, and then I'll let you fix yourself, because that's your job, not mine. And yeah, you can't be held in this energy. You can be held in a higher aligned energy to yours, Like, for example, your friends, say you're growing together, healing together, you hold each other, and it's comfortable because it's warm, because it's aligned on the same level, right? But if anyone who's not where you are, who's misaligned, who's toxic or whatever, they can't hold you, they can't touch you. They can come close, but they'll be repelled by your light eventually, or you will step back eventually because it just doesn't align. It's not working. And you're faster and faster these days. You don't have to stay anywhere longer than needed. A few hours, a few days, a few weeks. That's it. You're balancing the energies of yourself and other people, of the feminine and masculine, of the, I would say, confusion and hope. But it's not confusion and hope, it's having lost the faith in love and rediscovering it. And I mean all kinds of love. I don't just mean romantic love. It's opening your heart in a radical way. I keep hearing that word, radical. You're a radical. You're very radical, and people don't like that. And other people love that. Six of Cups. People from your past, they just... they want to have what you have. All of your wishes coming true. But they don't know how. They want the blueprint of you, of how you did it. They want to follow the steps, but... see, that's the funny thing about blueprints and stuff. Is that you know that you didn't follow a blueprint. You tried, you failed. And when you finally did follow something, it was your own inner path, your own intuitive nudges, your own intuitive knowledge, your own intuitive steps. And those are individual to you. Nobody told you, okay, now do this and then do this and then do this. And that's what you tell others too. You're not keeping the secret to yourself. You're just saying, listen to yourself, because my truth is not your truth. My path is not your path. And you're honest about that. And you tell people and they think, oh, they're just hiding the truth. They just want it for themselves. But no, it's different for everybody. You can't follow somebody else's blueprint because you're different people. Can you imagine one radically different person and another following the same path? That's not possible. That's not possible, you guys. And you get that, but some people don't. They want the skeleton key. They want the cheat sheet to your revival, to your rebirth, to your transmutation process, to your transformation. They want to transform. They want to be reborn. They want to start over like you. They want to be free like you. But they want to cheat. They want to skip steps. They want to do it quickly. That's not how it works. You didn't do it quickly. You didn't skip steps, and you definitely, it was not easy or quick. It was a long, hard process. It was a struggle. And you did it because you're strong and because you're stubborn. You went through this again and again. Three of Swords. Nobody can, the thing is, nobody can skip this step. Nobody. They will not be allowed to skip this step. This step is the one that makes all the difference. This step, when you pass through this step, you've proven yourself strong. If you don't pass through this step, I'm sorry, you cannot continue. If you stop at this step and go back, that's your choice. But there's no moving forward anymore for you. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but this is maybe the most necessary step in the process. And you're gonna go through it several times, not just once. And I know because I have. Several times, yes. And you're never going to be safe from it. To get to your freedom, you have to pass through pain. And that is the most awful realization. But it's almost the most freeing also. Because you realize, wow, I don't have to protect myself anymore. Why was I doing it in the first place? Why was I stopping my progress? Why was I stagnating? Why was I keeping myself from the 10 of Pentacles, of everything I ever wanted, of stability, of family, of fulfillment? Why was I holding myself back from all of this beauty? Because I was afraid. Because you were afraid. But you, watching this video, you went through that. Through all that pain to get to this point. You know how the process works. There is no cheating. There is no skipping steps. There is pain, a lot of pain, and then there's triumph over it. There's transmuting pain into power. Without the pain, there is no power. I'm sorry. This is for anybody else who is resisting this process and who's wanting a blueprint. It's funny, you used to want to give people a blueprint, and then you became intimately aware of the process and how it works, and you threw the blueprints away and you said, I see now, Spirit. I see what you were trying to tell me. There is no blueprint. There are similar steps, but the order is different for everybody. The lessons are different for everybody. There are similarities and there are differences. Sure, there are steps that can help, but this spiritual awakening process is so damn individual for everybody that you can't even predict or control or direct it. You can guide people to the light by being the light, but you can't show them the steps. You can't, and you've let it go. Four of Swords in reverse. Some people will always resist healing. They will never want to go through the pain that is required of them. And that's okay. That is their free will. We do have free will, and you know this because you have chosen, you've made your choice again and again. You've exercised your free will to the max again and again and again, and you are proud of your decisions. Bravo. I'm proud of you too. This is really intense. Very intense. And the baby was crying. The traffic is going strong. There's a lot of noise around you. You wish it was quieter. Your energy is drained. Time to replenish. A lot of things are draining you. Not because you've done anything wrong or not because you've surrounded yourself by draining energies. No, just because life is sometimes tiring. Life is lifing. You can't avoid it. You can't escape life. You can just face it as it comes. You need to replenish. Confirmation. You need to fill up your cup so it can overflow, I'm hearing. Let go of things that don't serve you. You've been doing that a lot lately, and there's more. Sorry. Do you realize there's even more that you can let go of? There's always more. There's always more. Funny. Lack of trust. The thing is, you have this incredible trust in spirit and in yourself and in the journey. You have developed it again and again. You lost it a few times, then you regained it. You fought for it. You fought to keep it and to grow it. You watered it even when it was hard to. When it was so dry and you had one drop, you put it there. You put it in there, hoping it's going to be enough. And it was. Oh, I'm getting chills. You did everything right. This is your acknowledgement. But this lack of trust, it's not yours. You don't lack any trust. They do. They don't trust you. They don't trust a higher power. They don't trust themselves, really, each other. How can you grow in an environment that lacks trust? You can't. You can't. This is not over. These people will always, always circle you. Because as they are attracted to you, they're also repelled by you. And it's a constant dance of, I want to know more. No, this is too much. Maybe a little more. No, I can't. It's their own inner resistance to your truth, to their truth actually. It's not your truth, it's their truth, because you're a mirror. You reflect. It doesn't matter the words. Listen, it doesn't matter the words you say. Okay? It doesn't matter the words, the sentences, the ideas. It doesn't matter. What they see is a direct reflection of their own inner world. And if there's something bad there, they have to address it. If there's something good there, they have to water it. It's like you don't know what other people see when they look at you, because they don't see you, they see themselves. You're their mirror. And that's your purpose on earth. You thought your purpose was a lot of things, but you never thought it was being a mirror, just being there. Just being there. Not doing anything much. Maybe you're saying things, maybe you're not. Maybe you're just existing. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you do. Literally, you're just, by the power of you being you, people see something in them. And they're either happy or very unhappy by the reflection, and they either choose to address it or to avoid it. And it's their choice. It has nothing to do with you. Keep holding on. The song by Avril Lavigne. Keep holding on. Na 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 na. Just holding strong. Na 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 na. Nothing you can say, nothing you can do. There's no other way when it comes to the truth. So keep holding on. Na 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 na. There's no other way. I can't sleep, I can't eat. Someone is very conflicted about you. About the things you say, about the things you do. Because you're reflecting, I'm hearing their you're reflecting their inconsistencies. Why can't I think of the words? They're floating in my brain, but they're just not settling. You're just reflecting their inadequacies. Not that you're perfect, you're not. No. But you highlight some things in people that they don't like in themselves, you know? Maybe it's the same things you don't like in yourself. Or maybe it's things that you like in yourself, but they don't like in themselves. You know, you don't know. You're never going to know. But You're not meant to know. You're not meant to. You deserve to be seen. Let yourself be known. You're entering an era of being seen. We've been talking about this. You're going to be seen. You're going to be heard. You're going to be understood. For the first time in your life, you're not mincing your words. You're not watering yourself down. You're not catering to other people. You're not backing down from your truth because it's your truth. Seek guidance in this. It is time for a different perspective. People are right now guided to seek guidance. Some people will, some people won't. And that's, again, not your job. It's not your job to make sure that they heal. It's your job to just exist in your healing. Be true to who you are. Fear will not stop you from shining. Exactly. You're this unicorn with butterfly wings. You're strange and rare and beautiful. You're unique. And you're always going to say what you believe. You're never going to adjust your truth so that ears can be comfortable. No, never. You're never going to adjust yourself again, ever. This flipped reversed. Review your responsibilities. Not all responsibilities are ours to hold, and this was in reverse. People are holding too many responsibilities currently, and maybe you too. Maybe it's a collective thing where we take on too much to make others comfortable, to make ourselves comfortable, and to keep the peace. Let go of the past. It's time for a new story. For this new story to come about, you're going to have to drop some things from the past and drop some responsibilities. And you've been doing that. It's hard when you have to do something. You know, you have to pay the bills. You have to take care of this person. You have to do this and this and this and this. Obviously, I'm not saying be irresponsible. I'm just saying, what is there in your life that you can remove so you can be lighter? Or lessen so you can be lighter? Are you taking on too many burdens currently? Because that's not your path. That's not your way to go. You're meant to be so free and light and joyous. Oh, you're in this huge transitioning process, and you know this. You're between the old and the new, and you're almost there. It's exhilarating because you don't know what's going to happen next. But you have a feeling it's going to be a lot of good things, and you have to be ready for those things. You can't jump ahead or skip steps, because if you do and you get those things that you're meant to get to, then you're not going to be ready and you're going to drop them. You know this now. You know now that you're being prepared for something is good, because you're going to be able to hold it, to handle it when it comes. So you are in no rush to get there anymore, because you don't want to do it wrong. You don't want to mess it up. You don't want to sabotage. You want to do it right. Oh, I love this reading. Listen, this is beautiful. You're so grounded and stable right now and peaceful. You're calm and collected and confident. Not in a fake way, in a true soulful way. You're ready. You're ready for your life to change completely, to begin anew. You're ready. Almost there. Keep holding on. And I'm so proud of you. I love you. Let me know if it resonates. I'll see you soon. Bye.